Corey, appreciate you. We got one more question for Larry. Okay. Where do the 49ers stand in the NFC West after the first 2 days of free agency in your eyes? Assuming, let's say Mike Evans plays 14 games next year or more. Where do the Niners stand?
They're still exactly where they were. They haven't moved past
That's how I see it.
beyond
Whether he's
Arizona.
good or whether he's not, they're the third best team in the NFC West.
No, there's no doubt. I mean, come on. Because, I mean, the Rams added, since the Rams were better, last time the Rams played the Niners, they beat them 42-24. And now they have, two different corners, right? They get better corners. So, they got Jalen Watson and they got Trent McDuffie. Trent McDuffie might be the best slot corner in football. So the Rams were better than you and added the best slot corner in football in his prime. Seattle did lose a lot. Seattle has lost a lot. If you look, I mean, Baltimore's lost a lot, but like Seattle lost Boye Mafe, Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant. They've lost Kenneth Walker. I mean, they've lost a lot, but they still are better and than the Niners right now. So there you go. I mean, and then Arizona's done a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but I still think
couldn't even get Jimmy G.
Yeah, Arizona doesn't have a quarterback. I mean, maybe Arizona's the team that's going to come knocking for Mac Jones. I think at some point, I mean, if they're really thinking about Jimmy G and Carson Wentz and stuff like that, I mean,
I got Gardner Minshew. They're fine.
Oh yeah, Minshew.
Yeah, Minshew.
The Minshew madness.
The Minshew madness.
The mustache.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm perplexed a little bit about with the Niners when they talk about, man, like we gotta keep Trent, or man, what a great value we got with Mike Evans. Okay, all right. So you're going to be like a more entertaining third place team. What are you really trying to accomplish? It either seems like you're the best or you're rebuilding, and the Niners don't want to rebuild. So they're like the Warriors. They just want to keep themselves right there in the mix. And I don't really care if you win 12 games in one playoff game. I don't, doesn't do anything for me. But I don't know. I guess they're positioning themselves to do that.
Well, I agree. I mean, think about it. They, on offense, their offensive line needs help at least in 2 spots, but probably more like 3 because Trent's 38 and may or may not come back. So they've got at least 2 spots in their O-line. The running back is just coming off of a major usage. The tight end is probably out for the year. All the receivers are gone except for the guys who didn't play. And now you added an older receiver who's a good receiver, but you've added one older receiver. I mean, come on. And not to mention, you have 2 needs on your defensive line. You need 2 linebackers, and
don't forget Verdarian Lowe, Larry.
How low can you go, Verdarian?
It just seems like they're so content to sort of tread water and say, like, we're really good. We're a really good team. Yeah, but you're not good enough. So what are you going to do about it? We're going to replace Juwan Jennings with Mike Evans and call it a day. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine the draft is going to have to be a lot on defense.
Well, they're very good at drafting. So we got to wait and see what they do.
But they also got it. They really need the big move. Like right now, it's like, they said they were going to be targeted in free agency. Okay. So you targeted. My guess is that Monteric Brown will probably be their next signing. Did he sign today? I don't know.
I think he did sign today. I think he signed back with the Jaguars.
Oh, okay. So it won't be him.
Yep.
But I mean, they need help on defense badly. And to me, the Trey Hendrickson move would make everybody go, okay. But if then it's like, okay, you've added a significant piece. If you want to really sit there and say, we're there with the Rams and Seahawks, you have to fire a big shot. And to me, it's a Trey Hendrickson type shot. Otherwise,
but don't you get the feeling that Mike Evans is going to be their big addition?
Like, I could see them trading for Greenard or something like that instead of going for. I definitely think I could see them going for, wanting an edge rusher, but not being willing to pay the price on Crosby, not being willing to pay the free agent price, and then going a trade route for Greenard. I could see that.
All right. Corey Wigg says Rams offense is oldest. Stafford, Devontae, Higbee, and every O lineman is over 30. Google. You're wrong, Corey. You're wrong. Their left tackle, Alaric Jackson, is 28. Their left guard, Steve Avila, is like
young. He was a draft pick 3 years ago,
dude.
The center's young too.
Yeah, the right tackle is young. I'm sorry. You got some bad information, and you're holding
all
the show
those
up.
Tight
And I don't know what
ends,
to tell you.
Those tight ends that Ferguson and Davis Allen and
Puka's young.
Yeah,
Kyron
they're
Williams
young.
is young.
They're young.
What are you talking about? James NTU says SF gets Warner, Bosa, Michael back. Evans better than anything we had at wide receiver, and Kyle is a top 5 head coach in the league. As SF is SF is a Super Bowl contender. Too much doom and gloom from this fan base. Just stay healthy. Okay, Evans is better than anything that Evans had 30 catches for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns last year. Okay, and we're all banking that he's going to bounce back at 33 and do the stuff that he did at 29, 30, and 31. He might or he might not. He's replacing a guy who caught 9 touchdown passes last year. So Evans has to at least give you 700 yards and 9 touchdowns. Has to. That's what he's here to replace. And he might. We'll see.
I think he's going to give you a different, a very similar numbers to JJ, but it's just going to look different.
Also, I love the last sentence. It's the richest thing ever. Just stay healthy. Yeah. That's great advice to the 49ers. Hey guys, just stay healthy. Oh, fuck me. What were we doing the last 10 years? Yeah. We were not staying. We were like, let's just fuck it. Let's just do whatever. And this year we're going to try to stay healthy.
What are we even talking about? So if the Niners, let's just carry this out. The Niners didn't. Who are their big injuries? McKell, Warner, Bosa,
Kittle.
Okay, Kittle. Let's say they had all those guys for Seattle. Are they beating Seattle?
No,
they're not. So why are we deluding ourselves into that? It's not just stay healthy. I hate to say it, but our buddy Lombardi tweeted that the other day. If the best thing that could happen for the Niners this offseason is for them to regain full health. And I said, I hate to say it, but I said, if the best thing is that they regain full health, they're cooked. Their goose is cooked. And that's not extreme Larry Krueger negativity. I'm sorry. That's reality. They have, who's their linebacking core? Who's their wide receiver core? Their offensive line, who are their great young offensive linemen? Who's their great young defensive line? Who's their number 1 corner? Who's their all-pro safety? They don't have any of these pieces. So it's like they need a ton. They're not just, it's not, I mean, that is delusional to be like, hey, if we just get healthy, it's all about us. It's not, no, it isn't. It's about, you have to go find, Steve Young said it. He's like the only guy who can be like intellectually honest and has enough clout. He came out and said it when the Niners got eliminated. He said they need 7 or 8 key contributors out of the draft that are going to become the best players on their team. That's what he said. He's right.
Nick H says, can't wait to see which Silent says front office is high on hopium, hoping last 2 drafts pan out. And then Nick H says, can't wait to see which medical red flag they draft. Yeah. And they've been doing that since before Don and Kyle are here. It's like, it's a tradition, and it's because they have such a good training staff, and because that substation is definitely not an issue. That's why they like taking these risks. It works.
Chris Bell will be that guy.
Do it. All right, guys, that's the show. Thanks for all the super chats, Larry. Thank you so much for your time. Yep. We had stuff to talk about today. Let's see. Even though they didn't do anything, come on, guys, do something. We're waiting.
Verdarian